Yeah, I kind of got sidetracked from this. I was kind of show what the difference between different breeds of cows are, and it's been what, maybe 2 weeks since I did one of these. I expected to do it sooner, but that inspection kind of threw me off, and then here this last week, it's just been chaotic. I got put into one of my moods because I got in a fight with my uncle over politics, and he kind of told me what he thought of me for the last 40 years. So it pissed me off a little bit, and it has been good for my wife this last week. She's had 2 of her cousins die. One died on the 26th from pancreatic cancer. And then Monday before we went to the show, and we found out that her other cousin, which was a brother, died from a heart attack. She had 2 brothers die within a week, and then last night she finds out one of her neighbors, my in-laws, that help her with her little shop at times and plows her driveway for her, he died. So she hasn't been having a good time here in the last week, but you always got to remember there's somebody worse off than you. I mean, stuff happens, I guess. But yeah, I was going to show the jerseys this time. And what luck, I got 4, 5 of them right here. A short horn there, but you can see jerseys are smaller. And they range anywhere from black to brown. I'm almost going to say these are sisters. I don't know. These are 2 of the neighbors' cows. This one's one of mine. This is Natalie. When I sell the cows, this is probably going to be the one that has to stay here. You know, she wants to be my buddy all the time. Biggest baby. Until you take her to the fair. We took her to the fair 2 years ago, and we couldn't even show her. Neighbor kids were helping us lead her around the yard and stuff, getting her ready for the fair. But we get to the fair, and the neighbor that shows cows there with us, he was taking her out to the wash rack, and she put him into the back of somebody's car. You know, biggest baby, but she gets to be a pain in the ass. She was the one when I had the hoof trimmer here. We couldn't even get her to the table. She just won't cooperate to do that. So, but like I say, the purpose of me making these videos is to show the difference and to get some facts, and maybe give some facts that wouldn't be commonly known, in my opinion of them. Now, jerseys, they're basically, I would say out of all the breeds, they have the most personality. They seem to be more curious. They're imps. They're little brats. If anybody's causing a problem in the barn, it's usually them somehow. They're involved at some point. You know, the Jersey bulls, they can be some of the meanest bulls out of the dairy breeds. You know, you really don't want to raise a Jersey bull. They get the biggest attitude. Now, like Brown Swiss, they seem to be the calmest bulls. But Jerseys are one of the high component cows, and a lot of cheese factories, it's getting to the point that they want milk from Jersey herds. For the simple fact is they get more milk or more cheese per pound of milk than they do out of other breeds. Because Jersey could be 5% butterfat, where a Holstein would be like 3.5. Jerseys may give less milk, but they get more cheese out of that milk, and then they have less whey they have to worry about disposing of. Now, it's not saying Holsteins are any, can't make, aren't good for cheese, but, the Crawford County Fair here is billed as the largest county fair in Pennsylvania. They have a lot of fairs do it, they have what's called the cheese yield auction. And they'll get and it's for the 4-H kids, but they will, what you do is you get one day's production record from that cow, and then they actually have a formula that they could calculate how much cheese that amount of milk would produce, And then what they'll do is they'll make up a basket with various cheeses, and then they'll auction it off. You know, like I say, some of these kids will get $300, $400, $500 for a basket of cheese. Now, the one year my niece had a Holstein cow she was showing, and she didn't place nowhere. I mean, now 13 cows, she probably came in 12th. But she was her cheese yield auction cow, so we had a test of 115 pounds on her. And I don't remember what her components were, but she produced 9.6 pounds of cheese out of that 115 pounds. And that tied her for second out of, I believe it was like 35 cows that was in the cheese yield auction that year. There was a brown Swiss, I know it was 9.8 pounds. And then her cow and another one, I forget what breed it was, tied for 9.6. So, but like I say, if you could have a Holstein given 100 pounds of milk, that makes, say, 7 pounds of cheese, and a Jersey that produces 70 pounds of milk could produce 7 pounds of cheese. But then you have 30 pounds more whey to get rid of. So that's why a lot of these cheese plants are kind of leaning towards Jersey herds. But like I say, if there's any surplus, it ends up in a cheese plant anyhow. Another thing with Jerseys, they are would be a good homestead cow. If you want a cow for your own personal, to milk for yourself, like I say, they give less milk. It's usually enough to support a family. They're yield good for butter and cheese. Another thing with Jerseys, they'll do better on poorer feeds. In fact, I'm pretty sure you really don't want to feed Jerseys, you know, the highest quality alfalfa and feeds and stuff. It's actually hard on them on their systems. I'm not saying they don't do good on it, but where a Holstein will respond to that high quality feeds, Jerseys, you know, their system doesn't take it quite as well, but they will milk on it. So like I say, you can have a little lower quality feed. What I'm saying is they'll produce more milk on lower quality feed than a Holstein will. So you can get away with that. Another thing, according to what and that's one thing the nutritionist told me one time, it's kind of hard to balance out feed for a mixed herd like this, because you want to push the Holsteins, but if you push them, you're hurting the Jerseys. And another thing with Jerseys, I guess they are a little sensitive to copper in the feed. You know, when they balance the feed out, there's the minerals they balance for: calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, potassium. And that stuff there you're feeding, you're talking could be like 0.2 or 0.3 pounds per day per cow. So like saying a ton of feed, you might be putting 25 to 30 pounds of a calcium or phosphorus. Now magnesium, it's like 10 pounds, would be around 10 pounds per ton. But you get into the trace minerals like copper, zinc, iron, iodine. They actually have a separate mineral pack, trace mineral pack they call it, and it has the copper in it. But you're talking like 0.01 to 0.02 pounds per cow. So I say it's a lot. They don't need as much, and it's more concentrated. So like I say, that's one thing you really have to watch. Not sure what it does to them. I know sheep are sensitive to copper too, I think it is. So like I say, when you're talking that much, you're talking maybe 1 or 2 pounds mixed into a ton of feed. So like I said, it's just a little bit of sensitivity on them on that. You know, what else I would say about it? I mean, they're a good cow if you want to breed a first calf Holstein for an easy calving. Jerseys are good ones for that. They throw small calves. You're being a brat tonight, huh? You're being a brat for. So, like I said, I don't know why it happened, but over here in the last 5-6 years, I've ended up with more Jerseys. I've had a lot more problems with the Holsteins here. And like I say, they vary. Like I say, they can have white spots on them, but most of them are brown to black. And you're a brown Swiss, so. Like I said, I don't know what else I wanted to say about them. Like I said, just some of the unknown facts. Like I said, they're a good personality cow. They think they're cute and they like causing problems. So, yeah, who else I got over here? I got them 2 jerseys there. Yep, no jerseys left in there. So all the jerseys over here waiting to get fed. And that's what I'm getting ready to do. It's a misty rain out there, so I'm going to get a little damp doing that. But yeah, this one here, my old little pet cow. She'll have to stay around here for a while. See, my wife names them. Like I say, she's Natalie. I give them nicknames. She's Nitwit. My dad used to give jerseys names like Mongoose and Squirrel. He's looking to be some attention, ain't you? So like I said, I thought I guess I better get this out there. So I was trying to do a little series of these and got that sidetracked from it. So yeah, and here next day or two, I hope to do the next one. I got one more breed to go. And ain't really a whole lot to say about them. They're the most common, most people know about them. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch up with you later.